Yes, I am very different because I think you have to be true to yourself. And for me, this is not just performance, it's an artwork, but it's work for me. And as long as I am able to be true to myself and to have the access to be free, then I think I'm good. But I think also at the same time, sometimes you have to look at those moments where you don't feel empowered as a way to empower yourself because without those feelings, we wouldn't know what to fight for. If you have to look at history, we literally fought for our rights, and without those pain and suffering, we wouldn't be able to be on stage, especially as a trans woman of color.
Drag is so interesting because we are celebrated in one room and then we are condemned in another. I'm very grateful for all the love and support. I'm very grateful for the people that understand my art and are on that train, and I love it. Those people that are against this community or don't understand what drag is supposed to be, then it's not for you. Not everything is supposed to be for you. I want to bring people joy. I want to pull you out of your reality and into my fantasy, and that's the point of being a drag artist. And of course, it's supposed to be joy, it's supposed to be love, it's supposed to be freeing, and it's not for everyone, and you're not supposed to understand it, and I don't really give a shit, to be honest. So when I finish performing and the makeup comes off, I actually don't get to stop performing because being a drag entertainer, you have to be a leader in this community all the time, 24/7. You are in a position of power, trust, and honor, and you have to be a spearhead in this community. You have to lead, and it never stops. It's an undertaking that is matched by few, but you're always supposed to be a leader. So it's 24/7, and you never really get to rest. But it's one of those honorable jobs, these careers that you get to have. Like, you get to lead this community, and every drag entertainer needs to understand that it's not about the glamour, it's not about the money, it's not about the fame or the free drinks or the free drink tickets. It's literally about leading this community, and you all, young and old, we have to remember always that this position that we're in, we have to remember that we are a we community, not a me community.
Everything doesn't have to be so serious all the time or so constricting. When people come to my shows, I want them to relax a little bit and forget about everything that's going on out on the outside of the four walls. I think people understand how much of our energy and our strength that we are giving onto the stage anytime we perform, from the makeup to the hair, to the mixes that we put together. It's a lot. I'm not sure if I would call it sacrifice, but just we go on stage and we let it all go. And when the applause stops, it can get a little depressing sometimes because it feels so good while you're on stage. So I'm glad I have a space to go home to and really release you.
In the beginning, I was in a really long relationship, and that was the person that I was able to talk to and vent with, and he was there for me during most of it. Bought me my makeup, took me to all my shows. I had really good partners. I had two really good long partners, and now I feel like I am fully and completely in charge of myself, and I feel so strong with having had their love, what they taught me, what I taught myself during that. And now I turn to my family because I never really had time for them before. As I call my mom, and I call my sister, and I call my aunt, call my dad, and I vent to them about everything, and everything just happened the way it needed to. The first time I stepped on stage and felt like myself, I was brought up in performing arts. So I would say out of that, the first time I stepped into myself and was shifted is when I did my first drag show. Because it was a moment for me to authentically be who I am, and everything I felt, everything I have been feeling, all the questions that I had, I could just put them on the floor and just be vulnerable, almost metaphorically naked.
I personally would say they're both. They're art and it's activism. You know what I'm saying? It's art for the beginning, you know what I'm saying? But it's activism because we do have a group of people that is being attacked for like no reason and just unjust reasons. They're supposed to activate themselves and get into the activism of it and make sure that politicize and talk about what actually happened because the artists are being affected by this. And I mean, what if you didn't have art and the artists, they would have all of the community and the film off with that as well.
Before anyone was watching, I would say I was really performing for myself. Questions that you ask yourself within your mind, like, who am I? Why do I feel this way? I didn't really know what trans was. I just knew something about me wasn't quite right.
Hey, hold on. Let me say it. Sit down in the chair. Not only do I want you to love them a little bit harder, but I want you to take it amongst yourself to do your due diligence to make sure they have the resources, services, that protection that they need until we get through this shit, okay? Finally. We all got our games for women, and our motherfucking lives for women. You could be a gold-star gay, a 5-star general when they come to sucking dick. But without pussy, there will be no motherfucking dick. Love for your women, for your men, for living in your life.